Hi, Emma.
Hello, Misa.
Hello, good to see you.
And you?
To start, would you share maybe a little update? We did this same interview about a year ago, and of course, then you hosted the first ever Festival of Doers to a beautiful, fantastic success. And yeah, let's
I
hear what
can't
is new in your life.
I can't believe it's a year. It's so like, whoa, here goes life. Yeah, it's been a quite an extraordinary journey for me. So TruthWorks, which is my new brand, has just bedded in, and we're working with some brilliant people, and I'm really enjoying that side of my work. But one of my things that I wanted to do was work with less people, so that I could then actually free myself up to do more MCing and do more speaking and do comedy. And so lo and behold, in next month I'm doing a comedy show. I'm also doing my TEDx, and I've travelled across the world speaking and MCing. So all in all, it's not bad, and it's that thing of permission piece, to do the things that make your heart sing, which is what I've been doing.
Fantastic. So, would you say that your definition of success has changed at all since we last spoke?
Don't think so. If anything, I think it's become more cemented for me that actually the more space I create, the less I do, the more things just seem to flow. And so I think I remember saying, that success is about the freedom to sort of live the life that you choose.
Yeah.
And I think I meant it then, but I don't think I'd really felt it.
Yes.
And now I really feel it. And that having that freedom of, in this time I'm going to go and do this workshop, and then I'm going to go and do that, then I'm going to work with that client, and then I'm going to do nothing, is a very beautiful place to be.
Yeah, doing nothing is really hard, but it's so super important.
Yeah.
I talk about success goals and purpose goals because
Mm-hmm.
it's so easy to get just caught up in the path you're on and want more of it,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. So kind of the traditional definition of success, as opposed to, what you really want, as you described.
Mm.
And in order to change that, you need to take that pause. You have to stop and allow those gaps.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
the theme of next Festival of Doers is going to be turning points.
Uh-huh.
Could you share maybe one or two turning points from your journey?
um, I think one of my big turning points was last year when we decided to move and change businesses and form TruthWorks. And that was a turning point because actually it was one of those moments where I was so busy being busy and doing lots of things, that actually it wasn't really serving me. And actually, I think I really had a big shift in my head in terms of, in order to be successful, I think my ego had always said, well, I've got to run a big business and employ lots of people and sell it. And actually, that's not my path. And that was other people's noise, I think, rather than actually what is actually going on in me. And so closing that business was actually one of the biggest turning points, which has sort of enabled me to be living as I'm living. So for example, after this call, I'm going climbing for 2 hours, and then I'm working with a client in America this evening because I can. It's so that was definitely a big turning point. Another big turning point for me was definitely when I decided to go to drama school, because going to drama school actually enabled me to really work out who I was, and I went to drama school to go and learn to pretend to be other people. That was my whole plan. I was like, I'll become really good at pretending to be other people, which annoyingly, as I discovered at the time, is not what drama school teaches you. Actually, you have to learn who the hell you are and what it is that you are, because acting is actually the portrayal of truth. And so for me, I couldn't not mention drama school as a big turning point, because it fundamentally led me to be having this conversation right now.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier the ability to do the things that excite you and just do those. Why do you think it's so difficult? We fill ourselves up with absolute opposite and very often avoid those best things and things that really excites us. Why do you think that is?
Fear. I think we're sort of indoctrinated to believe that if I'm enjoying myself all the time, that's not how it should be. I should be working. I remember working with somebody, and she's really super successful, amazing businesswoman, does great stuff. And for ages, she sort of said, I'm always going to take Wednesdays off. She's like, I'm always going to take Wednesdays off and do the stuff that makes my heart sing. And then I saw her and she just went, you know what, Em, I had a great Wednesday. And I was like, why? And she said, because I had it off, but it was the first time that I didn't feel guilty.
Yeah.
And she's like, that within itself, she's like, I can do this. And I just think sometimes I think we're fearful about being happy. We're fearful of the joy. And it's like, what? So if I am doing the things that I love all the time, will I be okay? And actually, my evidence for me right now is, yeah, you will. You'll be more than okay. Because you will be in the right space.
Absolutely. So what would be your top tip for women who want to follow their heart but are scared to get started? How to get over that hurdle?
I think start small, because if you try and jump into the deep end and you can't swim, it's really scary, and then that won't be a good experience. So I think if you're in a place where you know what it is that makes your heart sing, whatever that might be, give yourself permission to spend an hour a week doing that. And as you do that, then notice how that hour makes you feel. And once you've kind of got used to that, then make it half a day, and then suddenly, before you know it, you'll be like, I want to do more of that, because your little selves will be like, yay, you're doing the writing, the creating, the science, the stamp collecting, whatever it might be. Yeah. But you've got to give the baby steps. So just start small and then just notice how you feel and how much you look forward. But to make that happen, you have to put it in your diary. You actually have to make sure that you go, me time, writing, whatever it might be. But you have to put it in your diary, because otherwise, as women, it won't happen, because women ourselves very low on the priority list. So put it in your diary, notice how you feel, and then you'll probably end up doing more of it.
Fantastic. We will be talking more about turning points and how to take more me time and make ourselves the priority so that we can do the things we love at Festival of Doers in January. Thank you very much, Emma. Very much looking forward to the big day. And I will speak to you then.
You will do indeed. Bye.
Bye.